Hello, and welcome to another special prologue for our Magic the Gathering D&D campaign. These prologues detail our currently unignited heroes and lead up to their pivotal moment of change where the Planeswalker spark ignites within them and thrusts them through the blind eternities into a multiverse yet unknown. I have with me here one of the unignited, and I'd like to take the opportunity to let you get properly acquainted with them now.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I am the creative director here under Rolling Nomads. And today, I am playing Zaratra, a Khenra of Amonkhet.
A Khenra of Amonkhet. Most unfortunate. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Amonkhet, a plane steeped in ancient traditions and dominated by the sweltering desert sun, was once a land of great civilization and mystical wonders. Its people, devout and resilient, lived under the benevolent rule of the god Pharaoh, who promised eternal glory in the afterlife. The sprawling city of Naktamun stood as a testament to their faith, surrounded by endless dunes and treacherous deserts where only the strongest could survive. But Amonkhet's golden age was built on a lie. The god pharaoh was none other than Nicol Bolas, the malevolent dragon planeswalker who twisted the plane's destiny for his own sinister purposes. Under his rule, the gods of Amonkhet were corrupted, and the trials meant to prepare the people for the afterlife became tools of Bolas's cruelty. The city's inhabitants were groomed for a fate far darker than they could ever imagine, their souls destined to become part of Bolas's undead army. Despite the tyranny that gripped the plane, the people of Amonkhet continued to strive for greatness, participating in rigorous trials to earn a place in the promised afterlife. They revered their gods, Oketra, the god of solidarity, Kefnet, the god of knowledge, Hazaret, the god of zeal, Ronus, the god of strength, and Bontu, the god of ambition. Unaware that these once pure deities had been enslaved to Bolas's will. The truth shattered Amonkhet when the god pharaoh returned to claim his prize, plunging the plane into chaos. The hour of devastation saw the gods fall, the city of Naktamun laid to ruin, and the plane left in despair. And yet, even in the aftermath, the survivors of Amonkhet remained, their spirits unbroken. But this is not where our tale begins. No, our story opens at the height of Amonkhet's glory, their service to their revered god pharaoh still unshaken, the lie still intact. We cast our eyes through the sands to the past, where young Khenra and her sister were constructing an obelisk with their crop. Zaratra, you are only 5 years old. It has only been a number of months since you met your crop, all of the children birthed in the same year as you. This is your crop, this is your team, this is almost like your second family, or at least it will be. The others tell you in time. You are to construct an obelisk. You are to gather together in solidarity. This is supposed to be some sort of team building exercise. Together, there are a number of 17 of you. More hands makes less work. Some of you work stone, some of you create stone, others are shaping, others have laid forth the plan. What do you think your task is, Zaratra? Are you moving stones? Are you shaping things? Or are you a keen-minded architect?
I actually think that Zaratra would give herself multiple duties, feeling it almost her duty, if it will, to make sure that all of this is done by the books, and that includes not only planning but also the laying. So uh, she would help design the ideas, the schematics, if you will, but also then go with the others to help lay the bricks, the other pieces, whatever she saw that might be lacking at the moment.
Supporting your crop, of course.
So Khenra is watching over us.
You are overlooking some of the plans. A young ibis-headed boy, one of the Aven of Amonkhet, also only 5 years old, sort of looks at the schematic and then looks at the base of the obelisk. This is all wrong. We need to begin construction on the left side, otherwise it will all tilt over again.
Here, let me have a look. He's gonna move over and kind of like step up right next to him.
You look this over, he seems to be right. For some reason, this group is favoring the right, stacking stones too high on the right. Perhaps it's just because they're having conversations. Perhaps it's because of the sun, the shade is further on the right side. But he's absolutely right.
The moment that Zaratra notices that, her black-furred brow furrows, and there's a noticeable twitch to one of her ears that is, for anyone who knows her, is a sign of utter annoyance. And then she's going to turn and kind of look towards the obelisk itself now that's being constructed. What does she see from the others of the crop?
They look to be lost in conversation. That seems to be the issue, it seems. It seems that they're getting to know one another, which is good, but a faulty obelisk makes for a failed trial.
Her maw opens in a grimace, a fang. She's going to kind of snap her jaw, and she's going to be like, "The gods are watching us. Why are you not working? We must get this done."
Your crop kind of looks to you, confused. And then suddenly their confusion, you can see their eyes widen as something drops on your head. Zaratra, it's just a mound of clay. And then you can hear your sister's laugh, your twin.
I'm not. She's just gonna try to pull herself out of that, and just kind of like.
She continues to laugh. The Aven kind of shields the schematics, the plans, and sort of shakes his head and begins to address the crop and say, "She's right," and this conversation fades as he continues, as you can just see your sister laughing.
Zaratra loves her sister so much. So much to the point where she is obviously holding herself back from any of the other annoyances that she would have screamed at her. Amalata, we must finish.
You take
Why
things
do you
far
do
too
this?
seriously. This will not get done in a week.
But the sooner that we get it done, the sooner that we can separate ourselves from the other crops and show our devotion to the gods.
Yes, take the trials, yes. But it doesn't have to be done this afternoon, Zaratra.
What do you suggest then, Amalata?
Our crop is getting to know one another. We're still in early stages. Let them have their fun. Take the stick out of your butt.
rolling her eyes. Well, if they're gonna have fun, I'm going to work on what needs to be done. And she is going, and that's the moment where she kind of like takes a look at the plans, memorizing what she can, and she is going to start moving herself to the obelisk to try to work on the parts of the obelisk that are needing that attention.
The faulty
So we're,
side.
yep, the faulty side. We gotta reinforce that. They can have their fucking fun, but we gotta do this.
Sort of in a huff, you move off to the left side. You begin work. You make sure that there is no weakness in the structure that will be defended during the trial of solidarity. You lay a brick and another. You smooth out things. You make sure that everything is evenly. It's a matter of presentation as well. Like you said, the gods are watching. Your crop doesn't seem to mind. They seem to continue their conversations. They look over the schematics. They plan out the days, anything to keep them from lifting and moving stones. A few moments doing this, you can feel an irritation well up within you. It's anger, frustration. Why is no one taking this seriously? Yes, you're children, but you are also acolytes, chosen to be initiates. After this comes the ceremony of measurement. After that becomes the trials. And you seem to be the only one that cares. As you have this thought, suddenly a brick is laid to your left. And there she is, your sister, working alongside you, having hauled over about 20 more bricks on her own. She begins to stack and says, "You tie the ropes to the boards and then bring everything over at once. You'll make less trips."
There's a little pull at her, smiling a little bit. You know, when you're not messing around, you're quite smart.
I'm smart all
You're
the
right.
time. I just know when it's time to take a break, when it's time to relax.
Sooner that we get this done, sooner that we may relax. As you said, that can come later. Right? I would much prefer to get things done now. As swiftly as we can.
There is no relaxing. After we finish, we move on to the next thing, and then the next, and then the next. This is the only time we have, Zaradra. Let me do this. Go make some friends. You take things too seriously, and you'll need them when the trials come.
Perhaps you're right. Damalata. And she's gonna place a hand on her sister's shoulder and squeeze it. You are the only friend that I really need.
I love you, sister.
I love you. And I kind of like push her forehead against Amalata's. But she will begrudgingly take her advice, not because her body is actually really fucking sore from this, because she's fucking 5 years old doing this. Sometimes, yeah. So, but she will begrudgingly take a break without admitting that she's taking a break.
You do this, and it's fun. While your sister works, you find yourself able to kind of guide the efforts. You talk. It's not difficult for 5-year-olds to make friends. There's a lot of anxieties and things that occur when you're older, and when you're 5, you'll strike up a conversation. You'll drift from topic to topic to anyone who will listen, and if you're 5, when someone does this, you engage. You're children. And you work. The day turns to weeks. The weeks turn to months. The months turn to years. And every passing moment the obelisk grows. Beautiful white stone inlaid with golden grout, made flat by the trowel. Years pass. A decade building. It takes time, and you construct a mighty obelisk, a symbol of your crop. You've all grown close. And there was time for play. There was time to grow.
I would say that through all that I would always, no matter what, begrudgingly get into that. But once she was in the motion of it, it flew.
And indeed, your crop learned to deal with this in their own way. There are, of course, a group of 17. You're not guaranteed to like one another. You're united by a common purpose, but you become friends. At the very least, in terms of proximity. You have to spend a lot of time with these people, and again, you grow. You go from 5 to 15 in the blink of an eye. And it's time. Your sister was right. There is no time to rest. Soon after the obelisk is constructed and you all stand together, admiring the beauty of what you've created. What you've created. 17 of you, children when it all started. Now teenagers, thinking that you're ready for the world. 2 days after, you are called. Your ceremony of measurement will take place the next morning. The gods will meet with you. They will weigh your hearts. Sriracha, you know what this is going to do. This will cull the weak. This will separate those that are worthy and those that are not. And there are a few that you worry about, despite it all. Some that played too much, some that questioned certain things, some that were too comfortable speaking not ill, but may as well been of the god pharaoh. "17 will become something else. 17 will become less." And you find yourself reflecting on this. And your sister comes to sit by you as you look over the landscape of Noctimoon. The twin suns perpetually casting sunlight, perpetually giving the day and the heat. She sits with you in silence for a moment. What would you like to do?
Saratra is sitting in a meditative stance, looking out at that sight, taking it in, and as Amalada sits next to her, she will take in a deep breath, probably the first motion that she's taken in several minutes. Are you prepared for tomorrow, sister?
I am. As much as I can be. Are you?
As much as I can be. The others, have you spent time with them?
Yes. They seem eager. They seem, focused. Although, I worry about Jisuke. She's, she seems nervous. Toracho, Jisuke is a young minotaur. She is much like the Amonkhet minotaurs, where male minotaurs are sort of bulls and the aggressive, this typical minotaur. Female minotaurs take on a more their horns curve much like a goat's, and it's a little softer.
Well, it is to be expected from what we understand coming for us tomorrow.
You're so stupid.
At that moment where she like fully breaks and she's just, excuse you.
Don't let me even noticed. You're so stupid. Oh my god. Jisuke likes you. She always sits near you during meal times, and she always worked on your side on the obelisk.
You're just you're just you're making things up.
Likes you. Jisuke likes you. She kind of shoulder pumps you.
Yeah, at that shoulder pump, Zaratara fucking just straight up shoves Amalata.
She sort of smiles and laughs and says, "You know, some of the older, the initiates, they say that when they do the ritual, that you get glimpses of your corpse hearts. I think that's why she's nervous. She hasn't told you, so I think she's afraid you'll see."
Well, then there is an obvious solution to this. Stands up abruptly. There's a look of almost like assertive dominance in her eye, and she looks down to her sister. It's like, watch, bet. And she's just going to, and she's going to turn around and look for where. What'd you say her name was one more time?
Jisuke. Jiscu.
Jisc. Where is Disc now?
She sort of beams up at you. You can see the ears kind of twitch into like just this happy smile. She's with the others in the barracks where they're resting. They wanted to be together one last time before everything began.
Very well. Then it is my duty to help my mates with their nerves, is it not? And
what are you going to do? She gets up, rushes after you. You move.
Yeah.
You go to this open common area. It's not necessarily a barracks. You all have separate sleeping areas that are... it's not just an open place with beds, but you have separate sleeping areas. There are cushions and couches. There are beautiful murals of the gods themselves, as well as a great horned figure shrouded in shadow. You know that this is a depiction of, well, one of the many variations of depictions of the god pharaoh himself. It's a reminder of what you're doing, what you're here for, your whole purpose. The purpose of Amonkhet, to become eternal.
When she sees that, there's a look of reverence in her eye. There's understanding, there's devotion. It elates her and gives her fear.
Do this, and you can see that Jisuke is sitting with Genji and Monroe. Genji is another Minotaur. Munro is a human. Hair cut short. Genzi is a darker furred minotaur, very confident, very large, just a very, very masculine sort of figure as he kind of leans back, sitting back on one of the cushions. They've brought in what looks Genzi's brought in what looks to be another pipe of some sort with tobacco in it. You've seen older initiates partake in this. It's nothing terrible, but it is said to dull the reflexes.
Good evening. Are you sure that you wish to be doing something of this nature before tomorrow?
It's not like the trials of tomorrow.
No, but we are meeting the gods tomorrow. Is that not just as important?
No, it is. It's. Let me take the edge off. And see Jisku kind of look at him and then look to you. Her eyes kind of dart.
Jisku! And there's like a bit of a snap. She's pretty much at her own like attention as she says it. Has come to my attention that you have some nerves, some anxieties.
I think we all do.
I would like to speak to you in private.
Okay.
Come with me. And then
And see Moonro looks over from Genzi to your sister, and then between everything just goes, ooh, someone's in trouble. Just shoves him down into one of the cushions as she gets up. She comes to you.
we're gonna step out. I'm gonna if Amalata tries to follow us out there, I'm gonna give her a look like you best.
And she
not.
does, and she stops at the curtain, puts her hands up, and goes back over to the seating area.
Okay. As we exit, I think Zaratra's kind of once again not looking at the entrance to the barracks where they would be coming up, but towards the sky, towards the stars and all the scenery, kind of basking it in. When she hears Jisku step through the door, I assume maybe with the ears good hearing. Kind of doing that cat-like thing where it's like pointed back.
Yeah.
So tell me about these nerves of yours, Jisku.
It's like you said, we're going to meet the gods tomorrow, and it's a lot. That's all.
Tell me, what is on your mind, your heart? Is there any anxieties that you might be
No,
holding inside?
just nervous. I'm not afraid.
At the words, I'm not afraid, that's when Zaratra turns around, faces Jisku. What's the vibe that I'm seeing?
With your keen senses, she is terribly nervous. I mean, this is a 15-year-old with her crush, and just before a big ceremony, she's terrified. You can practically hear her heart beating out of her chest.
Okay, this is something that Zaratra would have done in the past. She's going to step up very close. She's going to inspect the person. You're more nervous than I have ever seen you. And then she's going to kind of do that. She's going to pull one of her clawed fingers up under the chin and then go, it is unbecoming of you. You are much stronger than you give yourself credit for.
She just
Now,
nods.
it is good to be ambitious with what you want. Bantu teaches us that ambition is good, it's strong. What do you want?
She hesitates. And then it happens quickly. She leans in quickly. It's not practiced. It's her first kiss. And yours.
I think there's a little bit of a momentary shock because she kind of, part of her wasn't expecting Jiskuku to actually take the initiative.
Sriracha, it's your first kiss. Just before your heart is to be weighed before the gods. You and your crop are young. Your whole lives ahead of you. These aren't thoughts that enter your head. Not a single thought is really entering your head. Until, of course, the giggling happens. Your sister and the rest of your crop peeking out from behind the entry curtain as you two break away. And it's not you that makes the first move. Jisku storms in, not angry really, not actually, but shoving everyone, blushing. Your sister stands, after having ducked away from Jisku in the entryway, smiling at you.
Da is the moment that the giggling started happening, eyes darting, and then once Jisku stormed off, she's back to standing at like just stark attention, and her ears pointed towards the giggling group, and eyes just locking onto her sister. There's murderous intent there.
Jisku likes you, Jisku likes you. She runs inside of the barracks.
Yeah, I'm gonna chase after her.
We fade from this night. Well, this what should be a night. The next day, you all stand in a chamber in the very center of the pyramid of the Pantheon. A 5-sided pyramid with each of the gods' depictions on each edge. You are standing in silence, in dim light that only breaks when they enter. One by one they walk. You are young, you are mortal. You only come up to about halfway up their calves. Their bodies, their features are all depicting various different animals. Uranus bears the head of a snake. Bantu, the head of a crocodile. Their features, their hands, their fingers, all human. There is the jackal, the snake, the crocodile, the ibis, cat. All of the gods gather, Khenra, Kefnet, and surround you all. Your group looks on in reverence, never daring to meet them in the eye. They don't say anything yet. It's Hazard who speaks first. God of zeal, her voice echoes. Do you know why you're here?
Do I know if I'm actually supposed to answer this?
You don't know. But no one else is.
So that you may weigh us.
Kefnet speaks. You will weigh your hearts. You will determine if you are worthy. And then will begin your next steps You will become initiates. Are you ready for this? There's a murmur. Then your sister speaks. We're born for this. Bantu laughs. Some of you were. Others were born to die.
Which is the state of things.
Runus hisses before he speaks. We'll weigh all of you together. We will see all of you separately. There is no shame in admitting your sins now, accepting a swift death, an exile of your own making. If you carry any doubts, we will see it. Bantu laughs again, the grin. This crocodile, this deity of ambition sort of looms over all of you and says, I suspect only a handful of you will survive this. Don't waste our time, or yours.
I think in that moment, you mentioned nobody else is making their gaze. As Bantu looms over them, it's Zaratra who will look up, and with the same determination that she's given her sister and the rest of the crop, she will show that back. And then she will say, Thy will be done.
She lingers for a moment. You can hear Khenra, this clad in white figure, speak and say, Bantu. Bantu doesn't move. She looks at you. You guys' eyes meet. You peer into her. She peers into you. She smiles down at you. My will be done. She backs, extends her hands out. Her brothers, her sisters, grip, form a circle around you. They speak in an ancient Amonkhet. They speak in languages that are lost to you. The language of the gods. You catch bits and pieces, you know it's a form of celestial. Something that is scripture. The area begins to glow. You feel a weight on you, Zaratra. This is suffocating. As your sister grips your hand, she looks at you, and you can see in her eyes they are flooded with black, and then white, a flashing of both. You look to your crop mates, all of them. Judging by your sister's face, she sees the same in you. You are being weighed. You look in your sister's eyes. You have a realization. She doubts. She doubts her worthiness. She doubts the gods. This process is... She's had doubts that she hasn't shared with you. Zaratra, she'll be killed. Here and now. One of the unworthy dead, exiled from Noctimoon, cast into a sarcophagus made to be put on display, and then cast out of the Hekma in order to join the dead, the curse of the wandering to take her in the desert.
Not you. And she's going to reach up, grab her sister's arm, and she's going to bid her not you.
You do this, you grip her arm, and she looks scared. For all the carefree, for all the strength, she looks terrified. You grip her, and you can't help but look one of the gods that took notice to you. She chants, but her eye is on you. And then on your sister. She saw it. There's no way she didn't. They're gods. Saratra, what do you do?
Saratra, still looking in the moment to her sister, Amalata, strengthen me. You are stronger than this, she's gonna say, before turning her head in the direction that she feels. She said, I felt eyes on me. Did I notice a direction?
It seems like all of them. You're being weighed.
As much as Zaratra loves the gods, understands her purpose, her sister is important to her. In that determination, she's going to turn back towards them as she feels those eyes upon them. And take me, but not her.
You realize that you can't speak, but you say it in your mind and your heart. Most importantly, in your heart. Abruptly, everything fades. You feel weak. Your hearing is muffled. Your sight is blurry. You speak in unison, the gods. You have been weighed and measured. They take a step back, and from dark perches, several angels, their elongated arms, their dark skin, the golden glowing eyes, the shepherd's crook in their hands. They look down at all of you, and they swoop with the will of the gods. Your senses really keen. They return. They grab up one by one the unworthy. 17 has dwindled to 16, 15, 14, 13. Each beat of their wings, you worry for your sister. You worry for yourself, you can't help it. But something speaks into your mind. We have seen you. You look up toward her. Bantu smiles. There was a rumor that this is her favorite part. But she smiles. And the voice in your head speaks again. True solidarity is being willing to sacrifice, to stay close. Your heart has been weighed. The angels stop. There are 13 of you now. Genzi has been taken, hoisted away by one of the angels. The screams of the four those that doubted. Your sister is not among them. Each god points to one of your crop. Jisku looks up. Ronus. She's been chosen.
Right.
These 5 will become viziers. A rare occasion that each god gathers one from a crop. You are dwindled down to 8. 8 of you will take the trials, the viziers themselves. Then you realize 2 points at you. You will not take the trials. You will be a vizier, which is an honor in its own right. It's a beautiful thing. You're chosen. And then Bantu speaks. I have a recommendation for this one. See how Catcher looks confused, and see the others turn. I did not choose her as my vizier, but I will watch you. I forgo my choice, but I want you to know I've seen you.
I don't think there's words that are going to try to ever come out of Zanatra's mouth at that. There's elation that she's still going to be able to be with her sister through the trials, that her sister is there with her still, that Jisku was chosen. But there's also confusion. Why? What makes why is this different? She looks at Bantu with those same determined eyes.
Because it is my will. A Catcher speaks up. We have heard, sister. As a Catcher speaks, Sriracha, you recognize the voice. It was the one that was in your head. You look. The gods are impossible to know truly, but you think she might be irritated. Azeroth speaks now and says, Go now, viziers. Follow in our footsteps. Your task begins. The rest of you, leave here as initiates. Prepare for the trials. We will call on you soon. Go, initiates. Worthy. Your sister follows you. Your crop goes and is silent. Silent as you walk through the dark halls. The screaming has stopped. Silent as you walk through the streets of Noctamon. People are clapping. The whole of the city is out to celebrate, but you don't really hear them. Because amongst them there are the sarcophagi at the dissenters, their hands free, exposed, reaching, grabbing, begging. The muffled sound of screams, others begging for help. 4 sarcophagus. The unworthy. They will be cast into the broken lands, and the curse of wandering will take them. You will never see them again. And if you do, they'll never be the same. It's quiet as you reach the barracks. It's quiet as the 8 of you settle. That night, your sister moves. She goes away from her sleeping area and crawls into bed with you. She hugs you and she begins to weep.
I was just going to drape a comforting arm over her sister. I don't think she's going to allow herself to cry. She
The
wants
night-
to.
And the night fades. Days turn to weeks, weeks to months, and months to years. How many years pass, Zaratra? You were 15 when you took the ceremony. What age are you when you enter the trials?
19.
19. 4 years. 4 sarcophagus. 4 dead. 4 unworthy. 4 years. In those 4 years, Zaratra, your sister has found her strength. Never again since that day has she shown weakness. No doubt, she's become more serious. The carefree nature is gone. She grew up quick. A near-death experience will do that to somebody. She's fervent. She's strong. She's ambitious. She is wise. And she urges on her crop. She embodies the values of all of the gods. She would make the god Pharaoh proud. She would make a good eternal. Never again. It is the day before you are to take the trials. She sits with you, writing, planning. She intends to distribute this to the rest of the crop before they sleep so that they can look at it. It's a plan of action of some sort. A list of everyone's strengths and weaknesses. Things that weren't able to be corrected at this point, so now we need to be deadly aware of everyone's weaknesses. You look at her and you just, for some reason, you remember the night she cried. But now she's focused. Continue.
You've come a long way, sister. I'm
What
proud
do you
of
mean?
you.
For what?
You've taken our experience, our loss, the heart.
I don't
Just
think
as I
of
have.
the past often. She continues to write.
Why not? Does it
Because
not
it is
give
in
you
the past.
strength?
No. The future gives me strength. Knowing that we will take the trials and we will fight and move our way through and find ourselves standing before the horns and find ourselves worthy. We will be eternal.
Right. And if anybody is going to, you do deserve it, sister. I'm glad that you have made it this far with me. I do not think I could have made it without you.
Nonsense. She looks at you now. You are strong, Zaratra. We are strong. Our crop is strong. We were one of the very few that the gods chose viziers of all kinds. All of them. Even if Bunty did not take you. She saw you.
I wonder what she meant when she said that she did not want me for a vizier.
Don't let it cloud your mind. Tomorrow we do not do Bantu's trial. We do not think of Bantu. We think of Khenra and what she would want, what she would throw at us, the defense of our obelisk, and the retrieval of her arrow.
Right. You said you have plans written out.
Yes, and she writes.
Show me.
Need to go over this. Fades. The next morning, the trials begin. The first is simple. The 8 of you must retrieve Okhetra's arrow. It is fired from her bow, and now resides at the very tip, the very top of your obelisk. If your obelisk was weak, it would shatter under the weight of her arrow, and you would fail. But it is not. It stands strong. A bit of dust falls, and you can see as the light shines through and bolts through the sky, mummies, beasts, creatures from the broken lands are brought. You must fight through them to retrieve her arrow. You will defend your obelisk until she casually strides to you. If it falls before she reaches you, you will fail the trial. The arrow is fired. The moment it hits, your sister is on edge, looking forward. A signal is given. You rush. How do you do, Sriracha? What do you do in the situation? There are mummies, beasts, and swooping down from the skies there are the same angels, the ones that took 4 of your friends.
I picture Zaratra as a very calculated warrioress in that he has her Kopesh. He has her swiftness that comes with her being. And she's trained well enough with not only her sister, but her remaining crop members. We're going to approach this as intelligently as we can. Malata has a plan that she did. We've discussed it. We knew ahead of time what we could have been thrown against, correct? So then we would have contingencies and contingencies upon contingencies. But the overall goal, defending the obelisk, first and foremost, we have to stick together. We have to work together to make sure that this happens. If we don't approach this as a wave, we fail.
And you move as a wave, fighting through you, your sister. There is no one really in command, but you call shots left, right, forward, duck. All of you watching each other's backs, moving through. When an angel swoops down, all of you are sure, and you keep sure that all of you see it. You move. You save Munro. You parry the shepherd's crook that will take him. And he's the one that is supposed to climb to pry the arrow from the top of the obelisk. And together, it's as you say, you lose no one. You stand firm together. You have the arrow. It's dropped now into the ground in front of you. It's huge. You could wield it as an axe, perhaps, if you fashioned the feather into a blade. And now Khenra begins her stride, her walk, and the beasts and cruel creatures part. One of them catches your eye. It moves from her, ducking down, backing up. A minotaur, broad-shouldered, masculine. Genzi. Brought briefly home from Broken Lands.
Any recognition in his eyes?
He's dead. An eye is missing. His flesh, the fur is rotted. He's dried from the sun. The horns bleached. A corpse. The curse of wandering animating him. The unworthy.
I think that's the first time that she's not going to be able to make eye contact. The gods, she found the strength to do that. But somebody that she grew up with and knew, their reanimated corpse, she couldn't handle. Not now.
Khenra retrieves her arrow, congratulates you. You move on. The next trial, the trial of knowledge. A labyrinth of water and illusion built on all of your fears. The magic dampens instinct and emotion. You move through this labyrinth, this wave of water. You see horrible things, Racha. And your fears are laid bare to your crop as the water, this strange terror water, becomes what you fear. Creatures, concepts, the darkest versions of yourselves, your failures. What do you see, Suratra?
I see myself weak, bloodied, zombified in a similar way as Genzi?
Genzi.
Genzi. I see at my feet, my sister, dead with my Kopesh through her. And I think I also see Jisku. But not in the same way as she was. Devoid of emotion, dead look in her eyes. She's wearing the garb of the viziers. But there's no spark left within her that made her who she was. That even if Zaratra never said it out loud, she loved and admired.
These are the things you see, Zaratra. Water is dashed, and when you hesitate too long, you sink. You move. And again, these are the things that your crop sees as well. They see your fears, you see theirs. Your sister, she peers into the water and things move. She sees the day of the ceremony, the measurement. It catches the attention of your crop as they look, and they can see her weak for a moment. And there's a moment you can see It's clear the doubt. And as it crops up, she dashes it away. With her khopesh, she slices through the water. The imagery dissipates. She looks at her crop, sharp-eyed. Move! Now! She leads the charge. You pass through the trial of knowledge. You lose Monroe. He drowns in his fears. 8 becomes 7. You move to the trial of strength. You climb a wall of thorns whose toxins prevent spell casting. Those of you that are adept, this also dulls the mind, dulls the senses, and you must fight. The trial of strength, Ronus, is straightforward. Be strong, and you must. Hidden in the forest, hidden amidst the jungle, with the viziers watching. You are not to engage. They are merely observing. You operate on your own strength here. But you can't help but notice Jisku peering through, smiling. She gives a small, and then quickly ducks her hands into the robes.
I will take notice of that, but understanding that that was probably not something that she should have done, will kind of just she saw it, and that's enough for Jisku. That's got to be enough for Jisku.
Yeah.
But there's a warmth in Zaratra seeing her beloved.
You fight. You move through this jungle. You maintain contact with Jisku. It's not allowed. She's a vizier. She's not off limits, though. But it was nice to see her technically doing her job. So much of what the viziers do is shrouded in secrecy. You saw her at work now.
Honestly, I believe that Zaratra couldn't help this, but there is a feeling of pride in somebody whose, heart she gave, in
Your first
seeing in
love.
such a high position.
And she likely had a part in this trial. This trial meant to test you. This trial that takes 2 more of you. 7 becomes 5. Now comes the trial of ambition, and Bantu oversees this personally alongside her viziers. You will do what must be done. You will travel through this dungeon, this horror show that she's created. Several dark chambers full of traps and monsters. This is where things come hard. You are encouraged to sacrifice, to give way to your ambition. Select few will become eternal. How do you handle this, Zaratra?
Getting close to Amalata. If anybody is going to make it through this, it's going to be Zaratra and Amalata. The two of them, they started this together, they will end this together. And in this moment, there will be aspects of weakness that are going to start, that Amalata may notice. Where Zaratra started all of this all those years ago with a more hardened perspective. But as they've lost people, she's grown more protective, more insecure at aspects. Very small here and there, but still noticeable to someone who's been around her now.
You move. The 5 of you. A pitfall trap just before you almost catches You begin to fall. Your sister grabs you, yanks you back, saves you. But you catch in this moment, everything happens fast. As you are pulled back, another falls. 5 becomes 4 as hot goo plummets. The sound of piercing into flesh. And you swear that as you are pulled back, you see your sister's legs sweep back just enough to cause him to trip and fall. She saves you and condemns another.
Understanding the necessity of death and everything that's going on, he's not one to let somebody suffer, and a pitfall trap is, depending on where it hits, a slow death. In that moment, as she's pulled back up, she will pull out a throwing knife and attempt to make it quick.
This. A kindness. You see, as you move through, more traps, more monsters. You fight on. Your sister and the other crop members, you can see they've embraced it. They try to slip one another up. Subtle betrayals here, Saratra. No one really wants to be out in the open with this. You move. You see up ahead of you in a long hallway. Panel. Long. But thin. Stepping on it, you look. There will be knives or spikes. Something will close. Your sister doesn't see it. And you look and you see that Veka, she sees it, smiles as she watches your sister move toward it. What do you do?
How close are we? All
Only
three
a few
of us.
feet from it. Only a few. Oh, together?
Like,
So-
yeah. How close am I to my sister versus me to the other?
She's leading the charge. She's within arm's reach. Your companion is a little bit beside you and in front of you. You can catch the glimpse at an angle, sort of a grin.
Yeah. We're not having that. No, not my sister. And anybody who would wish ill on my sister, fuck them. Daratra grabs Amalata by the ear, pulls her back, and as she does that, she pulls her Kopesh out. I'm gonna behead the one that was grinning.
You do this. Your sister steps on the trap. Pull her back just in time. Swinging your Kopesh, you behead. Atku falls. Veka falls, and you can see you, your sister, and Tikne are all that are left. Tikne looks... Why did you do that?
Ill on Amalata. I will not have that.
We needed him.
Do you know what this is all about?
He shakes his head. Moves on, stepping over the panel. The end of this... It's not over quickly. The last chamber, there is another final test in this. The next chamber is a simple one. There's a table made of stone. And a sacrificial dagger. A ceremonial knife. Along with a canoptic jar. One of your hearts must be given. Your sister looks to you, nods. You take him. He's not a terribly strong boy. Tikne is skilled in spellcraft. Your sister covers his mouth, shoving her hand in to keep his words muffled. She grabs his arm. You grab the other. You begin to haul him. There are moments where your sister's hand slips. You expect spells. You expect bindings or fire or an illusion of some sort. But now there is only begging. His mind is not full of defense. It's full of, please, not like this. No, we grew up. We were 5. Please, we've eaten, we've slept, we've breathed, we've died, please. Your sister takes the dagger, shaking. She grips your hand. You hold him down. She hesitates.
And push it down.
And together you kill him. You carve the heart. Place into the jar. And pass the trial of ambition.
Notably,
7.
Zaratra's eyes are a lot wider as she finally allows herself at the end of the trial to realize what she...
17 becomes 2. You move into the trial of zeal. It's you and your sister waiting in this chamber. You will become eternals if you succeed. Both of you can go on. She looks at you and says, "Are you ready?"
Ready as I'll ever be, sister. Are you?
We will be eternal.
And we do this for those who could not have been here with us. Who helped pave the way for us.
For the anointed.
The anointed.
You and your sister walk hand in hand out of the chamber into the blaring sunlight. There is Khenra. High above the chamber, seated in a large chair, large enough to hold her form. As Noctamon is gathered in this sort of gladiatorial arena, you will face something worthy of you here. Something equal in strength and value. Something that is worthy as a final challenge. Hazaret chooses. The other end, you wait the door to open, and some terrible beast, a heart-piercer manticore, some great dragon, some drake, an angel, a horde of the cursed. But nothing comes. Lizard looks and says, "Why do you hesitate?"
I do not understand.
What could be more worthy? And your sister looks to you. Twins. Equal. Genetically the same. Through the same crop, the same upbringing, the same training. Sleeping in the same building, eating the same food. She has chosen what has been worthy. Only one of you will become eternal. What do you do?
I take a pacing step around my sister, examining her. What do I see in her eyes?
Realization. Sorrow.
There's the same in Zarathra's.
She places her kopesh over her left shoulder. Swiftly down.
Zarathra's mimicking her. They've done this countless times before in sparring. There's shake to Zarathra's sword arm. There's a twitch to her ear.
It's a mirror match. The same shake, the same twitch, and she screams as tears begin to roll from her eyes, and she rushes at you. The clash of metal. The joined grunts and screams, the cries of battle that come from you and your sister.
Zarathra will match the blade clashes, hit for hit. She's giving as much. She's gonna be giving as much as she's getting, but she's not taking advantage. She's not. She's not going for more opportunities. She knows her sister's weaknesses just like her sister knows her weaknesses.
She looks at you as she fights. She calls you out. Says, "Fight me, sister. Everything. The gods are watching," and she clashes again.
It bothers. I don't.
You are stronger than this. Another strike. You hold the kopesh flat as you take a hit. You are stronger than this. She hits again. The gods are watching. Another strike. She says, "Show me. Give me what I deserve, sister." Another strike.
And that I'm gonna parry. I'm not going for a decapitation, but I'm going for cut along her cheek to mark her.
A strike. She looks surprised and then pleased. Do not dishonor me. Do not dishonor me. Do not dishonor me. She goes again. You take wounds, you give them. Clashing back
Specific
and
wound.
forth.
As you said, shot for shot, we're both taking wounds now. Wet, exhaustion slowly taking in. And in one final clash, Zarathra realizes that she just can't. And she lets the blades slide as she pulls her sister in, allowing the blade to pierce through her sternum. And she whispers, "I love you, sister. Make a great eternal."
She cries. She knows what has happened here at the moment it's done. And as you whisper in her ear, she drops her weapon and clutches you close. I love you, sister. I love you. It all fades, Zarathra. The ambition, the glory, the gods, the suns. It all casts its way to darkness. you die. It's over. Gates of the afterlife are not for you. Your sister will make a great eternal. Die. Darkness. Sound. A muffled voice. I'm sorry. I'm doing what I can. Please don't hate me for what I've done. But I'm just so tired. You are in darkness. You can feel. You can breathe. But something's covering your face. You claw, tearing away the white linen, the white cloth, the strips of mummification. You look. There's a pile of cloth in front of you. A page. You breathe. The sun is out. You stand. One of the pyramids. A serving tray dropped. Glasses and wine spilled. You look down. There is a golden necklace thick around your neck and your shoulders. A cartouche of servitude embedded into the chest of this piece. Gold along your wrists. The white linen cloth, the wrappings of the anointed.
This isn't right. What is happening?
Life. You can breathe. You were gone, and you're alive. It's hot. Again. And you breathe, and you can look up at the suns. One of them is gone.
What?
You look out into Noctimoon, and it is sprawling. Beautiful, but the Heckma, the blue field that protects the city is changed. Something is wrong. This isn't right. None of this feels right. None of this is right. It all weighs on your heart, Zaratra, the heart that you gave. Everything you gave for your sister. Where is your sister? Where is your sister? The question that rings in your head as something burns in you. You claw away more, but the wrappings, you begin to scream. As the desert sand picks up, you scream, and in pain, it's like your skin tears. You shout into the world and dissipate. Gone from Noctimoon. The weight of life too much. And your planeswalker spark ignites, and you leave home. Gone. And that's where we close your prologue. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for joining us.